Hey guys, Level-Cap here. Today we're going to be talking about Rainbow Six Siege's latest patch and whether or not it's made the game significantly better. If you guys remember my Rainbow Six Siege review, I basically said if you're on the fence about buying this game, wait till the first patch drops and see if Ubisoft is actually going to support this game properly. Well, patch 1.1 is out. I've been playing it for several days and the game feels a lot better. Some of the most critical bugs that I was having issues with have been fixed. The main one was actually the mic getting stuck open. I basically had to disable my mic and repeatedly turn it off when playing in multiplayer matches. Now that I can use push to talk reliably, I've been having a lot of really fun games with just random casual people, and it's been really fun just talking to them on the mics and having really good tactical games with people that I've never met before. This is an experience that I've really been missing. Other big fixes have basically been netcode in general. I mean, they've got names for it like pawn rotation, latency, and stuff like that. Basically, the biggest issue in Rainbow Six Siege has been issues where players can actually shoot you on their screen before you can even see them on your screen. And sometimes you'll get killed by a player that you never even see because the netcode was so bad that they would peek a corner, you would die from it, and then they would peek the corner on your screen. Like, you just literally had no chance to fight against it, which is unbelievable. Aggravating. I think that has been updated a bit, but I won't say that it's been totally fixed. The netcode is still not up to where it should be for this to be a really high-end competitive game. I will, however, say that I'm playing against a lot less players that have like astronomical pings, which suggests that the matchmaking has been updated and improved significantly. So a lot of players on my team will now have like 40 to 50 ping, and I'll have 40 to 50 ping, which is nice. You know, you're not running with people with 200 plus ping. So you don't have to worry about that as being as much of a factor when it comes to actual latency and online connectivity play. But there's still a really bad latency issue, and they need to get that hammered down. But the fact that this patch has come out so quickly after the game's initial launch, they're planning on having another patch come out, and that this one has addressed some of my biggest issues already is a huge step in the right direction, and it gives me a lot of faith in Ubisoft, which is something that I never honestly thought I would say. Other things this patch has improved is kill cam replication. Basically on your kill cam, it would often show things that couldn't be possible or just things that didn't add up with what you saw when you got killed by your opponent. So a lot of that has been improved. They've fixed shield positioning, which has been kind of an issue. Hopefully they'll keep working on this because there's just times where you're like looking directly at your opponent and then they shoot you and you die from like one shot to the head. And you're like, how did that happen? So there's still some issues going on with shields and stuff like that, and a lot of balance work that has to be done. One of my main balance issues with this game, it has nothing to do with bugs, but just the fact that there's a one-shot headshot. And I keep mentioning this, but I feel like I need to keep mentioning it until they balance it out differently. I feel like the one-shot headshot application just really takes the skill out of most of the firefights. I'll be killed by people who empty an entire mag at me or like go through half a magazine, miss every single shot, and then just one of the bullets luckily hits me in the head and kills me instantly. And that's really just an unfortunate aspect of this game. Something that's supposed to be so strategy and so skill-based just has all that taken out by the one-shot headshot rule. They've also implemented a auto kick system that's supposed to be able to better tell when somebody's intentionally killing their teammates versus accidentally killing their teammates, which is definitely an issue. There's people that just get pissed off and kill everybody at the beginning of a round, which sucks. And there are penalties for it. So they're working on the penalty system and balancing out just to make sure that everybody has a nice solid experience. They've increased the character count now when you're trying to chat online. Personally, I think you should be using voice comms in this game, but if you do need to use text to chat with your teammates, you can now use 128 characters instead of just 32. So it's like you can get a full tweet in there now, I guess, to give your teammates as much information as they need. On PC, you now have the option of installing an Ultra HD texture pack, so everything will look better. I'm not going to install this right now because the game's optimization is still pretty bad in general. I have an awesome computer. I can play Battlefront on high graphics at 140 frames per second or higher on 1440p resolution, and I try the same thing in Rainbow Six, which is a tiny little game of people running around in small environments, and I'm struggling to get over 70 FPS in this game. I mean, this might sound like PC elitism here, but whether or not you have an awesome computer, your performance is going to suck in this game. I constantly hear people talking about playing this game at 30 FPS or lower, and that's on an average PC. So they need to work on the optimization for this game big time. Another big balancing update that has been implemented, and I think this is something that pretty much everybody in the community agrees upon, is the fact that when you go outside, before it took 5 seconds for the enemy team to be able to detect you, which was plenty of time to go all the way around the attacking team and flank them from behind. So it made it very hard for you to assault as the attacking team in many situations because there's just too many flanking opportunities. Now you only have 2 seconds before you're detected when you go outside. This is a great improvement overall. Now this 1.1 patch has been a massive improvement, and I'm glad to see that Ubisoft is already talking about the next patch that's coming out. Clearly this game has a long way to go. My top remaining issues will be the peeker's advantage, which is part of the netcode issue. Basically, anyone who peeks has a massive time advantage over somebody who's playing the defensive situation because of the horrible latency issues in this game. They still exist. I think they're a little bit better than they were before, but it's nowhere near Battlefield levels or Counter-Strike levels. The other main issue is optimization. I mean, if you can't run this game at a really high frame rate, it's going to be less appealing to the competitive community. Not to mention the graphics are good, but they're not amazing. So there's no reason why this game should not be running at a higher frame rate. Now, whether or not this game is worth the $60 price tag is kind of up to the end user. I've been playing the heck out of it. For me, I've definitely got my money's worth so far, but I think Ubisoft really would benefit a lot more if they put this more in the $40 price point rather than the $60 price point. As always, guys, thanks for watching. I'll continue with the Rainbow Six Siege footage if you are enjoying it, and I'll see you next time. This is Level Cap signing off.